So I have started recording. Thank you guys for joining the session. And today is day 15 for our session. So I'm recording, but I'm not able to see the source of the display. So I'll try to. Yeah, is it visible now? Perfect. Yeah, Manoj. So you're working on some of the greenfield environment. So could you tell me what is it about the project and what is the requirement and what you have done till now in this project and how we are going to achieve this just for in your experience resource.
Yeah, earlier I've been worked with the other project. So, like when the new requirement came from the like a client side, so we moved to this project. So it is a completely greenfield project. It is like a manufacturing project. So their timelines are like after 1 year, the product is yet going to a live. So within that period, tenure of period, we need to set up complete the IT infrastructure and everything
Mm-hmm.
from the all aspects like rest of the team, HR, finance, they are also like in the same phase. But coming to our side, like IT, we need to like end starting to the end point, like from the device level where we are receiving from there to the laptop and the complete end from the like cloud environment.
So what
We
is
are
the
yet to.
greenfield environment for you in this project? What is the requirement?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Like greenfield in the initial stage of the, for example, every thing is new. Like they are purchasing softwares, their applications, anything like tools. Everything is in implementation stage. Like as it is not completely set it up.
Okay.
So we'll
So
get a chance to purchase
y-
any software or application or any tool. We'll get a chance to review it. Like and we can we'll give the feedback and we'll discuss the plus and minuses and we can go for other tool or the same tool we can continue in that way.
wonderful, wonderful. So you are using on-premise exchange or cloud?
It is a complete cloud environment.
Okay, wonderful. What about you, Vasant? You are in support project
Yes,
or
Shekhar.
you have done any implementation before?
No, Shekhar, I didn't do anything. For implementation part, I didn't do. Supporting, I did, Shekhar.
What about you, Ravi? Have you got any chance for any implementation projects?
No, Shekhar. We are just working on the
Support.
existing environment. Yeah.
So see, it's a good to have Manoj into the session today, so he can share his takeaways, challenging, learning mistakes into the project, and he can share his experience. Manoj, if it's okay for you, right? So, implementation guy, it's really hard to get the person to talk even because generally implementation, most of the companies is being done by client or by the architect team. But some of the companies they do have a opportunity to join in the implementation team as well, especially when the requirement is critical. Even you don't have background of implementation, they do it. I have been to implementation team before where we assist the complete environment of the customer. We analyze the requirement of licenses, we analyze the number of mailboxes, the size, and according to that we suggest them to uh, you know um, take the this plan or that plan. Accordingly we help them to uh, use the environment. Okay, so Manoj will share his takeaways after this project or whenever he feel like in the next session. Okay, Manoj,
Sure, Shekhar. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So since we were covering our in our last session we were covering the mail flow troubleshooting part. Ali did not join, he was more interested into mail flow. So okay, anyways, so today since we started mail flow, I'll start my sharing. I'll start my screen sharing. It's visible, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Shekhar.
yes.
So since while mail flow we have also, so today is class 15. So in mail flow, we already explained MX record, but in mail flow, while troubleshooting, we also have three more records which is needed for our mail flow troubleshooting part. So the first is CNAME record. So can anybody explain know what is CNAME record? And this is also one of the interview question. Most of the interview they ask, and this is also required in implementation field for L3 level questions if you want to learn. Anybody has any idea what is CNAME record? Manoj, Ravi, Vasant.
It's like a DNS level designate, right? The CNAME that is. Am I
Yeah,
correct
it
or
is
no?
one of the DNS record, but what is the
Okay.
requirement of this record in our field in terms of in our mail flow? Why we need CNAME
Uh,
record?
it maps one domain name to another domain name.
Now, anything else? Ravi, it was Ravi or Vasant?
It's Ravi.
Okay. Anything else for CNAME record specific guys?
Maybe Autodiscover.
Very good.
Uh,
Okay. So in interview, how they ask that what is CNAME record? CNAME stands for clonical name record. So clonical means you have a clone. So for example, my name is Chandrasekhar, but my mom and my parents call me Naresh. So my Naresh is my clonical name, right? So it's a alias as well, and also it's a clonical name. So CNAME record is a clonical name record. It's a CNAME record. It helps to troubleshoot the mail flow issues in terms of uh, DNS record. If your DNS, sorry, in terms of mail flow, when you uh, Outlook is not connecting to Autodiscover, when the Autodiscover service is not working. So if the CNAME record is not properly updated, your Autodiscover will not work. So, what is auto discover now? In Exchange Online, you don't get that troubleshooting deep level, but in our earlier of version, whenever we connect Outlook to the internet, how does the internet, you must have seen when you go to office, when you work from home, you are not even connected to VPN, but still your Outlook is connected to Exchange. How? Because the CNAME record is published to public DNS and your Outlook is having an auto discover query. Auto discover is divided into four parts. So first it will try to connect to the local Active Directory. Since it will fail because you are not connected to internet. Sorry, you're not connected to local directory, you're not into VPN. Then it will try to do the domain name query like domainnom.com slash autodiscover dot domainnom.com slash autodiscover dot xml. So the purpose of Outlook to connect to Active Directory to have a XML file, and why we need that XML file to have the mailbox database location. So for example, if I show you an MS Paint, so this is our Outlook and this is our home. Okay, we have internet. This is our company where we have Active Directory and all. So this is our Active Directory, and in our company We have this is Exchange server, and we have another location of the company where we have Exchange server. Each Exchange server have multiple databases, one database here, one database here, one database here, one database here. So when Outlook, Ravi try to log in from his home, Ravi connect to the internet, but this company has published their list of DNS record to the public DNS register to the public DNS. So those records are, one of them MX record, another is CNAME record, and DKIM, DMARC. So these are the records which my company has published to the public DNS registrar, to show if anything anybody comes searching for me or any of these records of mine, then give me my this address. So wherever this address routes to, it depends on company. MX record can be on different place, CNAME record can be on different place, DKM DMARC can be on the mail security. So it depends on the company to company. So when the Outlook try to connect to the Active Directory directly, it will fail because it's coming from an open source. So it will fail because we are not connected to VPN. If we connect through VPN, then VPN is secure. It will enter to the terminal first. Then from terminal, there will be a secure connection, and it will be connected directly to the Active Directory in secured environment. So our Active Directory will trust to the terminal, to the VPN, and it will allow access. But what exactly happens when Outlook try to connect to Active Directory? It get in a file called XML file, and that .xml file, what it XML file contains? The XML file contains the path of the mailbox. And why it needs the path of mailbox? The Outlook will receive an email, Outlook will send an email, Outlook will have calendars, Outlook will have meetings. Where this Outlook, what will do Outlook with these emails? Outlook is an application for a computer which is getting installed, and you can see the Outlook. But in the background, Outlook has to access and store the information somewhere in the cloud, somewhere into organization. Either this environment, even if it's with Microsoft, still Outlook has to connect to Microsoft and connect to the database to store this information, right? To access this information. Let's suppose you're working from home and you're searching an email which is 7 years old email. You search in Outlook. But if your Outlook is not able to communicate with the database, wherever the 7 years old email is stored, because your Outlook will have maybe email from last 2 years, more maybe from last 3 years. But if you need an email which is 7 years old and you're going to search into your database, then how it will go? So that XML file will have the path of your database. So how does the XML file get through to Outlook? Through Autodiscover process. That complete process called Autodiscover. And that Autodiscover has a four parts. So this is our Outlook. Okay. Now Outlook try to connect to Active Directory, and it fails, stating that you are coming from an unsecured network. I don't trust you. So it replies back, it fails. Okay. Then Outlook does the query once again through changing its address. So Autodiscover does the query in a way where, let me just show you the example. Show me Autodiscover flowchart. So I'll bring it to the screen. I have searched in my another screen. For example, this is an Outlook. So rather than just painting, I was just trying to paint the same thing here. So this is our Outlook. So when even it's Outlook 2007, 2010, 2011, 2016, 2019, whatever version of Exchange you have, the background process works in the same. Okay. So first Outlook will try to do the CSP object, service connection point. CSP stands for service connection point. Service means where the connection will be pointing. Then it will fail because it's coming from the internet. Then it will give the query back that auto discover service fail. Then it return the, it tells that it's failed. So second query, when it does the second query, I'll draw here, then it changed the address. I'll show you one more article which shows the changing address as well. HTTPS, then okay, this is, let me see if I can find the perfect article. Okay, I found one more. So in Exchange Online, we have something called service connection point. So this auto discover default web page, Exchange auto discover version is this, and it's, you can see on your Exchange server. In your Active Directory, this is our Active Directory. You go to services, then you go to Microsoft Exchange, then you go to administrator groups, then you go to servers, then you go to Exchange server, then you go to protocols, then you go to auto discover, and through here you can Exchange server. So you will not get chance to go through these process, but if you have your own lab, you can go to, and this topic is to make you understand the concept behind troubleshooting part. So that is also one of the troubleshooting. If somebody calls you or somebody open the case saying that my Outlook is not connecting to internet, so generally we close the Outlook, reconnect the Outlook. In backend, if Outlook internet connection is issue, it's internet connection issue, what kind of troubleshooting do you face? So do you feel? Sometimes mostly things are being resolved from service desk only, because auto discover is down is very big thing. P1 will open, the whole organization will be impacting, because auto discover record is not for one person, it is for organization level. All right. So that kind of P1, P2 cases only will be opened if you have auto discover issue. So this shows, yeah, it says queried CSP object or underscore service URL returned. Then it does the query redirect to HTTPS. Then it will add in the URL HTTP into the Active Directory. Then it will fail again, and then it after failing it will search for the SRV record to the public DNS. So from the public DNS it will get the direct URL, and through, when it try for S also, then also it fails. Then it try with the auto discover service return exchange service URL XML file. So when it tried the secure connection S, then it gets the CSP information and XML file, and Outlook is able to communicate to the right path where the Exchange server database exists. So it has the four query in the background, and this auto discover if is down, if its CNAME record is down, then either your search will not work into Outlook, then your Outlook will not connect to the internet, your Outlook will start working slow, because you can only download the emails which is already downloaded. Okay, you can only work on those issues. Your sharing information will be stopped working, your calendar will stop working, your organization sharing will be stop working, you will not be showing online on Teams. So there are so many things depends on CNAME record. Are we clear on this? Do you have any question? I'm able to explain. See, these are the records. This I was trying to show you. Ravi, Vasant.
Yeah, Shekhar. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm having one small doubt actually.
Okay.
Last week I've been same similar way in my like environment. I've done some changes here.
Okay.
Actually, something from one other application team. I'm also not much aware of it, but I've done it. I've completed that activity. But the thing is, like in the DKIM and just now you have shared, right? What are the details have been updated from their application communication tool we purchased?
Mm-hmm.
From their details have been updated in our environment,
Okay.
DKIM and these details.
Okay.
What, like, is it how it would be the impact? Like, it is like their communication similar way. Outlook Teams,
No, no, no,
these
no.
that application is
DKIM
also there.
has a different way. I'll explain that too. Because that's the reason I mentioned this is an L3 and above learning, which I'm giving you
Yeah.
in this session.
Okay. Okay.
L2 and L1 and L3, I mean implementation level of troubleshooting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll not get to see these records. But when it comes
Correct.
to architect level or L3 and above level, you'll get to get this kind of troubleshooting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have been to that role to, as an architect in Dell, solution architect
Okay.
work I have done. That's the reason I have designed these things for the customer to make him understand and the troubleshoot all these stuffs. And I worked with Microsoft. When we work with Microsoft, you get to know to go into the deep because if in TCS or in Wipro or in Cognizant, even L3 or L4 is not able to resolve the problem, then it reaches to Microsoft, right?
Correct. Yes.
So I was with Microsoft for 5.5 years.
Okay.
So see, I'll tell you the difference. Now the first query happened https autodiscover dash s.outlook.com slash autodiscover slash autodiscover.xml. So it did not success. Then next will be Office 365. It changed the pattern. See, it the URL starting autodiscover s. Then it changed the pattern. Office 365 concept.com slash autodiscover slash autodiscover.xml. It still fails. Then it changed something, it changed to the URL. From Office 365, it again to autodiscover.office35 concept.com slash autodiscover slash autodiscover.xm. Still it fails. Then it goes to autodiscover, it again change. Autodiscover office35 conceptworks.com slash autodiscover slash autodiscover.com. Then it change it to, it removes everything auto discover. It gets the query here, this is the correct one. Then it gets the query, it gets the auto discover dash tcp office 365 concept.com, and tcp something, it goes to the public DNS, and that's how it gets
Mhm.
the complete address of that XML file. Then with the XML file, autodiscover https slash autodiscover dash outlook.com slash autodiscover dot slash autodiscover dot xml. So the sometimes interviewer asks you in L3 interview that what is there in the XML file? Why we need XML file? Okay. So in the XML file, we will have the path of our Exchange server database of the mailbox. So now they will ask you, they can ask you why you need the path. For example, if Wipro is in Bangalore, okay, and who was working in Wipro from our group, Vasant, right? So Vasant was in Bangalore, but however, he is traveling to Pune location for some office work. Okay, so see this path has shown complete 1, 2, 3 redirect, search for SRV query, then connect to using HTTPS. Till here it was failing. Then auto discover, receive, return exchange service URL, this success, and then get the XML file and receive and connect to exchange mailbox. So still it follow these complete path. So in interview, they mostly ask what is CSP object in Exchange. So CSP object is service connection point. It try to make the connection with the Active Directory. Then they will ask you what is service binding information. Service binding SBI. Service binding information is the complete URL of your Exchange mailbox database. This is the complete URL, and this is always confidential. It is never, shown to public. So when you go to CNAME record, CNAME record also does not have this complete URL. It will only have that XML file. That XML file will have access to the database for security reasons. Now you understand the concept behind how the mail flow works when it comes to connecting Outlook. Am I clear, guys?
Yeah.
So next is so I have written here MX record, CNAME record. CNAME record has dependency. If CNAME record will not work, how many things will be impacted? Your free busy will not work. Okay. Your availability will not show. Your Outlook stop connecting to Exchange. Your mail flow will stop working. Your calendar will not work. Meetings and all will be impacted. Your meeting will stop showing. And what else? So that how important is the CNAME record. And how do you update the CNAME record? You go to DNS record, DNS settings, and you get the DNS record, create there, and you update the DNS record to the public's CNAME record to the public DNS. Public DNS access network team will have. Earlier, everything was managed by Office 365 team, but now because of security reasons, they have dedicated team for every work. So you have to inform to the network team that this is our CNAME record. Kindly update this to the public DNS. But you have to coordinate with them. You have to give them the record. And this record will be available on your Office 365 portal. Okay. Then we will go to SPF record. So can anybody explain what is SPF record, guys? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So the SPF record, please guys response if I ask something, say that yes, I understand, not understand anything. Okay. This will help me to feel that you're listening.
Okay, sure.
Otherwise, I'll feel maybe some network issue or something wrong.
No, Shakti. Yeah, continue.
So I just got one good article for Autodiscover explanation. I'll try to post into our chat. Okay. So next is SPF record. So SPF record is a record type of DNS record which is designed for stop spoofing, to stop spoofing. So for example, if you trust me and you know that Chandrasekhar is a guy who is a trustworthy guy, now we can trust him. And I have taken 15-20 classes, we can talk confidently, you trust me, I trust you. So similarly, we have company names, we have Microsoft.com or some TCS.com or some Cognizant.com. So Cognizant is a little bit conflict name. So people will try to be cognizant. So they will spoof their domain. They will spoof the email address. Spoof means trying to be something else. Okay, trying to be somebody else, like hiding their real identity and coming and trying attack. Hi Aziz, thanks for joining.
Hi, Shikhar.
Yeah, so we were covering the troubleshooting part of Exchange mail flow. So I covered DNS record, what is called auto discover, and also trying to explain the SPF now.
Great.
So as I mentioned, see, Aziz is already a senior resource. I was explaining these things you will not get to see even in L2 or current environment in cloud. But when you have an exposure to touch your on-premise servers or you have the chance, then you definitely on your weekends log in there. Do not make any changes, but log in there, see the records type, and understand this concept behind the scene. No matter your mailbox is in cloud, still the background things will work in the same way. Okay. So since this is also part of our troubleshooting, and so SPF record is a type of record which organization create their SPF record and update to the public DNS key buddy. This is our envelope, and this envelope has few IP addresses. These are the only IPs which are allowed to send an email from our company servers. These are the IP address in this envelope. So this envelope is sealed and it's given to DNS, public DNS. Okay. So I'll update this to our group and I'll create a new one. So this is public DNS. This is your company, and this is another company, and this is your envelope of list of IP addresses of your dedicated server. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. So let's suppose you have 10 servers, and these are the only servers which are allowed to send on emails from company Wipro. Okay, so this is Wipro and this is TCS. So let's suppose Wipro has already updated their SPF record. Okay, and TCS also, when the TCS receive an email, TCS has configured their policies that if the SPF pass, then only receive emails, otherwise it should be deleted or quarantined. So whenever somebody else will try to be Wipro, it can be hacker, it can be any person with a bad intention. So they will try to do, instead of Wipro, they will type 2V IPRO. So it's not WIPRO. It looks like W, but can you see it's double V? So what is the difference between double V and this W? It is little wide. Double V is taking more space compared to one single W. Are you getting my point? So somebody have created a fake domain with the name of WWIPRO, Wipro.com. So when TCS will see the email is coming from Wipro, thinking that it's coming from genuine person because Wipro is our partner or Wipro is a big company. We understand Wipro is a big company. It's a good name. So TCS will simply accept the email. But this person was actually faking Wipro. It was not real Wipro. So trusting Wipro's name because it looks like Wipro, it has entered into TCS and it's a hacker. Then it can damage the environment, right? So to make this process secure, we have three records called SPF, DKIM, and DMARC record. So all these records are published to public DNS in a set of envelopes. So one envelope only will be for SPF record, another envelope will be for DMARC, and another envelope will be DKIM. So I'll explain DKIM and DMARC later. So we were specific talking about the SPF record. So whenever this person, fake Wipro, will try to send an email to TCS thinking that Ravi.sharma at the rate, Wipro, WWIPRO is trying to send an email to TCS. So TCS will go and verify it's to the public DNS whether this IP, the IP which is being sent from this server, if it's listed under this public record which is published by actual Wipro, then it will only accept the email. Understood, guys? Am I able to explain Aziz correctly?
Yes.
Yes, Shekhar.
Yeah,
So
correct. Yeah.
if you will not get this kind of deep, explanation more than this anywhere in the YouTube. I mean, obviously there are other YouTuber also, but I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just trying to explain and trying to, what I know. So correct me. That's the reason I validated with Aziz if it's correct. So if this IP does not exist into the envelope published by real Wipro into public DNS, TCS will reject this email, thinking I don't trust you, and that's called SPF fail. So it's TCS job to validate this SPF fail or SPF pass email. Sometimes uh, company don't work on their emails, and when mail flow happens that I'm not able to send an email. I sent an email to TCS, but this person says I did not receive it. So we, as a troubleshooting step, what we do, we send a, what are the basic questions do we ask in the probing? We log in, we try to send an email from wipro.com to gmail.com, whether we are able to receive a test email outside of the company or not. Then we will ask, is there any attachment in the email? Is there any Facebook or Instagram or any social media link into the email? Is there some content in the email which is not allowed to send? There are so many questions comes into troubleshooting. Same way, we can identify, as I showed you that day, that header and all, it has the SPF record value, and SPF pass or fail value comes if only this dedicated IP are sending emails. Then only technically Wipro is telling all over the world that only these list of IP send an email, then only trust it's coming from actual Wipro. If any emails come apart from these IP addresses, then it's not us. Then it's somebody's spoofing us. Understood, guys? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes,
Yes.
Shekhar.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sure.
So now we'll move to DKIM and DNS record.
Okay.
So similarly, DKIM is also one of the critical record for security reasons, and your company has to create your DKIM record and need to publish to the public DNS. Hi, Bhushan. Bhushan, you're joining first time?
Yes, yes. You have sent recording link in the video.
Sorry?
Can you send a recording link that video? We are not joining on a time now. That's why.
Yeah, it's there in this.
Any YouTube channel or I think
Yeah, I
YouTube
have
channel now.
uploaded. Yeah, I have uploaded. So I'll share the link, don't worry. After this class, I'll share the link. Are you in this group, right?
Yes, yes. I am currently present in that group.
Okay, I'll share the recording of the previous class also into the group.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I was explaining the mail flow troubleshooting part. Since we have last 15 minutes left, so we'll try to cover it up, both the,
Okay,
okay.
okay, okay. Yes.
So see, as I explained, same way we have DKIM and DMARC. So DKIM is also type of envelope which your company Wipro will publish to the public DNS and will tell that DKIM record works on two records, uh, two keys, public key and private key. Okay, so whenever this person is sending an email from Outlook, so when Wipro will public the record called DKIM record, it's a kind of envelope which has a public key. What it has? Public key. So whenever somebody from wipro.com send an email using Outlook or private key. So DKIM is a combination of two critical keys. One is public key and one is private key. So private key, as name says, it's always private. So private key is always, I think it's vice versa. Let me just confirm it. Ali or Aziz, is it vice versa? Public key publicly to the, it's vice versa. So public
Yes.
key will be always into our record here, and private key, no, private key cannot be in Outlook. Sorry, it's vice versa. So this key will be always public key, and private key always will exist into our DNS record, DKIM record. Here it will be private key. So this envelope is sealed pack. Public DNS cannot open this out envelope and see what is our public key. Sorry, private key. What happens whenever Aziz will send an email from Wipro, it using Outlook or using OVA, it will always inject the public key into the email. Inject means it will have stamp of the public key. So this key will be TCS. So this is Wipro, and
We call it signature.
yeah, we call signature. We call public key. We call TCS. So whenever Wipro person will send an email to TCS person, so this email will have a public key insert or stamp to this, and TCS has a policy. It will always verify the whether it's a DKIM pass or not. So DKIM pass means the TCS will only accept the email as per the conditions of TCS. If it's a DKIM pass, then only I will receive the email. If it's DKIM failed, then it will not accept the email. For example, this person is trying to spoof Wipro because it has created the fake domain with the name of VVIPRO, but actually spelling was Wipro. So there's not much difference between Wipro and VVIPRO. So the TCS will not understand without these records. TCS will simply say that okay, it's wipro.com, let's accept it, and he is being attacked. Same way as critical the SPF record is, same criticality is for DKIM as well. So TCS has created a policy into their mail flow into exchange EOP, exchange online protection. So it has a policy. It will check all these records which I covered in my last sessions. So it will always check for the DKIM pass. So how this public key and private key works in the background. So whenever the email will travel. So email will travel through the same way like MX record verification. Then I have explained in my last sessions. Then it will go to the mail flow. It will go to the same. It will ask the MX record and all that stuff. But when the email will go to TCS, the TCS will see whether it's a DKIM pass or not. So DKIM will be only passed if this person is fake person is trying to send an email assuming that he's a Wipro and people will trust him. And still, let's suppose if he has SPF record is not published and SPF record is failing, but still TCS may accept him thinking that maybe Wipro has not published their SPF record. Some companies they do accept the email even if the SPF is failed, because it's not mandatory to publish the SPF record. Some companies they don't do it, right? So even it's good practice, but some company they still don't do it. Guys, even call disconnected, then please message in the group, because I'm only one talking. I'm not sure if you're listening or not. So in if get disconnected, just message in the group, because that screen is not visible to me. Let me bring into this. If the call get disconnected, I can see. Yeah. So TCS will verify. The TCS will not open this envelope. TCS will only check whether it's a pass or fail. So if this public key match with the private key, these two keys will talk to each other. This key can recognize if email is coming from our Gen1 server. If yes, then it will give the pass signal. That's yes, the public key match with our private key. It gives the green signal, and if it gives the green signal, TCS will accept the email. This person, whoever is hacker, will keep sitting and keep trying, will not get the public key. Public key still can be accessed through the emails. Let's suppose somebody is a bad hacker in TCS, he is working, is a bad intention. He will give that email attachment to Wipro guy, to the fake Wipro guy, and they will have public key. But the public key, even if he has public key, he will try to inject the public key next time into his next emails whenever he tries to spoof next email. But how will he have this private key? This private key only this envelope has. So he cannot access this private key. That's the reason it will always be secure, and he cannot spoof Wipro.com. Even any other bad intention guy from TCS to Wipro has exchanged the public key from the emails. Understood, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Now DMARC, sorry.
Yes, yes, continue.
Yeah. Now DMARC is also related to same thing. So if let's suppose this fake Wipro tried to send an email to TCS saying that I am Wipro.com, and TCS came to know that it's a DKIM failed record. It does not pass the DKIM and it's a failed. So they also have published, Wipro also have published our DMARC record, which is an address only, but it is a responsibility of TCS that if somebody tried to, send an email or DKIM fail, then TCS can report back. It's capable enough to tell the DMARC that buddy, somebody tried to spoof Wipro from this dedicated IP address. So DMARC record is an optional, but DMARC record is only to make aware of the Wipro.com that somebody tried to spoof you or somebody tried to send an email from the non-registered your public key. That means your public key is being compromised. So what they will do, they will if they have more number of DMARC record failure records, this logs, then they try to change this public key, they'll update the new private key to the DNS records, and these things keep on going on in the backend based on the security alerts generated by Sentinel. So Sentinel is one of the other tool. It can be Sentinel or it can be Splunk or it can be other security tool which keep on running in the background to check these securities 24/7. These are the security parameters, and it all comes into cyber security part now. Earlier, all it used to be one team, Exchange Online. Okay. So we have covered DKIM, we have covered DNS records called MX record, we have covered SPF record, have covered DMARC record, and we have covered mail flow of Autodiscover. Okay. So I think that's all for today's class, and we just have 5 minutes left. So I'll stop recording, and we'll have a discussion session which we try on daily basis whenever we have